After 16 years, a gay parade is back to Bangkok again. Yesterday was the finish of Bangkok Naruemit Pride 2022. Equality and rights are still hot button subjects, despite the rainbows, cheers, and applause. One of these is the pending legislation on same sex marriage in Thailand. Voice of the Nation welcomes two guests today คุณธัญวัฒน์กมลวงศ์วัฒน์ MP from พรรคก้าวไกล or Move Forward Party and คุณอภิรักษ์อภิจิตรชัยโชติ a business consultant and also LGBT rights advocate from Bangkok Rainbow Organization or BRO สวัสดีครับทั้งสองท่านครับ
สวัสดีค
สวัส
รั
ดี
บ
ค่ะ Good evening
Welcome.
everyone
ครับ welcome ครูทันอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับ welcome once again for our program but today we are doing Voice of Nation on the Roundtable so we have two guests to discuss about what's going on like yesterday is quite an extravaganza of the event so many people on the street and I couldn't believe that this is the time for Thailand for a big change or not so we're gonna dig deep into other subject many subjects under this theme about equality and rights and also the prize event yesterday. First of all, I'd like to ask Kun Apirak or Kun Pin. May I call you Kun Pin? Okay.
Yes,
Kun
you
Pin, can you give me the overview, the look yesterday you joined the event yesterday from the Bangkok Rainbow Organization, which one of the oldest NGO advocacy groups in Thailand?
Yes, sure. First, yesterday I was there from 12 o'clock just to prepare uh, the people that's coming, organize the people that's coming to join Mr. Gawer team, and also we have things that we wanted to sell and what we want to do. We have bags, rainbow bags, and also the
Mhm.
masks that we were gonna sell rainbow color. So these are the items that we thought that we had to be the things that kind of like break the ice when
Mhm.
when we walk along. So the team are preparing those, and there were so many people at the beginning. People did not really want to come and talk to me, and they didn't even know that the bags and also the marks were for
They,
sales.
they
Because I
did
didn't have
not
that stuff.
they did not the idea as well that what's going on the street like that like yesterday they're gonna have the big pride parade in Bangkok.
Yes, many of them knew that the parade was gonna be on, and also the police are closing the street or the road, Silom Road. So many people are aware. The people that the street walkers, they are aware, and those people that are coming like tourists, so many tourists that I saw, like foreigners coming from
Mhm.
everywhere. Like many are from Japan that I have met, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia. Those countries were the tourists that were coming
I
from.
see. Maybe it's about time as well that the government open up more for tourists to come to Thailand, so we can see a crowd of tourists over there. And Silom, like we know, there's a lot of tourists over there living there and
Yes.
staying there. How about the sentiments along the preparation before the parade started?
I saw many cars were wrapped in rainbows, and balloons are everywhere, and sign of the one many organizations that everyone knows about. Bangkok Rainbow, or BRO, also one of them. And also Mr. Gay Worlds were part of the Bangkok Rainbow, and we were in the parade. Like in the middle, we were not really right at the front, but we were like looking for a spot, like where are we gonna be, because it's a little bit unorganized. But at the end,
Right.
we had a place.
Right. How many of you there for BR Bangkok Rainbow?
Almost 100, about 100.
I mean
At the
your
beginning,
group.
there were
I mean your
about
group.
50. Yes. At the
Right.
beginning, there were about
At the
50.
beginning, your group about 50 and it
Yeah,
increased to 100.
Yes. And when we were walking along the street, and there were like people that come want to join. Ah, yes, please come and join.
Join your
So the
group.
size,
I see.
yes, double.
Okay. So for
Mhm.
to prepare such an event to join such an event, you need to have a thought or a theme or a preparation somehow. What your message?
Yesterday we were just being there and support LGBT community.
Mhm,
And yesterday when we had right at the front, Mr. Gay World, of course, were right at the front, and we promoting the Mr. Gay World, and
mhm,
also HIV Foundations, and APCOM. They're
mhm,
also part of the parade. We also helping them to
mhm,
promote. Those are the rainbow marks.
mhm,
That's made by AppCom. Uh-huh.
mhm,
So
mhm.
we will helping them as well.
Okay.
And the
We
message we
the message. Mhm.
we want to send to them that we're here. We're here to support you, and we
I
here
see.
like yeah,
I
and
see.
we're just having fun. We didn't think of anything in particular like equality or anything like that. We're just being there
Mhm.
to support
I
the
see.
LGBT community. Yeah.
I see. I believe this is not your first gay pride parade because you're from Australia and you must have
Yes.
joined Mardi Gras
Yes.
from
Mardi
Australia before.
Gras.
But we come to that point later because we like to compare something as well
Yes.
with
Yes.
the
Yes.
gay
Sure.
pride parade in the past and also the latest one yesterday. So let's move to Kru Tan. Krab. Kru Tan, what did you see or what did you have noticed about the any big change in the crowd or also the message in the crowd?
Yes, actually, 16 years ago, like Kun Yat said before that, actually, I had involved in gay
Mhm,
parade in 16 years ago. In that time, it's talk about coming out,
mhm,
because in that time we don't know much about LGBTQ, we don't know about our rights.
mhm,
We get dressed and
mhm,
got some show and
mhm,
just make it happen.
mhm.
And I remember that I danced, like Baby One More Time in that parade about 16 years ago.
And
But
you dress up as Britney Spears?
no, no, because in that time I'm a dancer before, so they
I
asked me to
see.
dance. Yes, but Naruemit Pride yesterday is I think that is a big change, because there are a lot of message in that parade
Mhm,
about the same-sex marriage, about the
mhm,
legalization sex worker,
mhm,
about the gender identity, about the expression.
mhm,
And many people get into the parade, get
mhm,
into the group, and so happy and
mhm,
and dance and walk, and some showgirl come
mhm,
up on the a little stage and show and have fun. Everybody
mhm,
scream out and cheer up. I think it's very happy. It's not only about coming out and proud to be themselves, but
mhm,
it's talk about the rights, and there are a lot of important message
mhm,
in the Navi Pride. I think that 16 years LGBTQ is developed, and we
mhm,
learn much about that. Okay, what we missing in our rights. So
mhm,
I think that the education, and then about the media from the around the world, we talk about the equality, we talk about the same-sex marriage, we talk about the gender recognition. We have to legalization sex
mhm,
worker, but 16 years before, it's difficult to say about this issue. But right now, it's open. It's time to open up, open mind, and the one who has got power has to listen.
mhm,
Yes,
mhm, mhm. I see. So I can say that from dancer to MP for
yes,
you, your
yes.
definition. Did you think about you're gonna be an MP in the future back then when you were a dancer?
I think that what you ask is different, right?
Right. Because you joined the parade before, and when you
Uh,
joined the parade as one of the like, it's like on
oh,
stage, right? And then
okay.
you act out your own performance there. But in your mind, you think that this gonna be just there, or in the future it's gonna be better than this back then.
I think that I cannot say it's better, but I think that's it. I think that I'm waiting in the future more people come in and
Mm-hmm.
understand
Mm-hmm.
deeply about our issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in the future, LGBTQ is not LGBTQ issue is our issue in
Mm-hmm.
every gender. I think that I want to see the man and the woman come together,
Mm-hmm.
and we are friends. We are live in the same as our society, so we have to
Mm-hmm.
accept each other in the future.
I
More
see.
than this,
Right.
yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Kun Pin ครับ can you tell our audience now the style and the way Pride Parade was held in the past, like 16 years
Mhm.
ago? What the big major difference in the way they perform, or what the consequence of that? It's just like the parade and it's got it done for entertainment, or is what
Sure.
anything else? Right.
Uh, 16 years ago, Bangkok Pride or the Pride, the parade, then there was full of either bars, people who work in the bars
Mm-hmm.
along the street in that
Mm-hmm.
area, in Silom area or in Patpong area, or uh, the other groups is the people from NGO. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the two
Right.
groups. Mostly they
Mm.
were organizing the parade, and the message was not very clear back then because we were not really talking about the equality or the same-sex marriage as much, and we were just there to it's more like a entertaining. Most of the
Mhm,
the boy bars were just entertaining, and the drag
mhm,
queens, they were just like in the entertaining business already. So
mhm,
it's more like to that. And but now people are realizing that it's not just about entertaining. Now we are
mhm,
coming to the same-sex marriage, and we want
mhm,
the equality, and we want many
mhm,
things that the men and women couples are getting.
mhm,
We want to get those the same. And also
mhm,
we have seen the generations of the younger generations
mhm.
supporting. Back then there was like people who's in generation X or
Mhm.
most of them, but
Our
right now it's like
generation, our
out of our
three of us
generations.
generation.
So right now it's like I could see everywhere. Yesterday there was like generations, Gen Y, and those
Mhm,
are the guys that into. We were talking about the
mhm,
series Y or the gay pop series on TV. These are the generations that are there yesterday,
mhm,
and they kind of like, oh, I want to do. Okay, we didn't have, because of the COVID as well. We
mhm,
didn't have the Songkran,
mhm.
or it's kind of like, oh, we use that
All the
as the
festival that
advantage.
gone. Mhm,
Yes,
mhm,
advantage to celebrate. The instead of Songkran, we have this parade. It's kind of like happy. The people want to go out and
I
meet other
see.
people,
Okay.
enjoying life
Yeah,
again.
right. Let me hear
Yeah.
from Kutan. Do you think people joined the event yesterday because, like Kun Pin said before, because the country closed for like literally 2 years, no festival, no event, no anything in the public, like huge one, and this one is quite releasing them to go out to the street, so they come out to see us, or they really care for the cause and the issues that LGBT wants to convey. What do you think about this?
I cannot say that because I really don't have not talked to everyone, but
Mhm,
but when I walk on the street and then I see
uh-huh,
the people, I know that I for sure that they come for LGBT. Really, yes, because they say hello to me, and then they talk about the same-sex marriage, and then they
Mhm.
ask me about the fight on the Wednesday because the same-sex marriage will come
Mm.
back into the parliament, and
Mhm.
I think that um, but I cannot say 100%.
Mm.
But I
Mm.
believe that the people come join in yesterday is they aware
Mm.
what happened in LGBT is
I
not
see.
equal right now.
Right, right. We come to the issue that's the big issue today as well with the same-sex marriage bill going back to the parliament too for the another time for the consideration. That the big issue today too. But for many of us who have not joined the event or like in the past or yesterday as well, I found that from the feedback and also the comments, many people feel that oh I should have joined that. I should have feel that. It's just like for the first time in their life to do that. And for the younger generation, because they see, I can tell, they see the Pride Parade on the media every year in June, right? We can when we have the television that we watch television at the same time, you watch the Pride Parade in the news in the evening, and this and that and those, and a lot of places that they have many style, and they question why don't we have it here in Thailand, and now we have it here in whatever message. But I think that this will bring us to new hope that younger generation will bring new fights and also make the agenda clearer to the older generation or not. From yesterday, Kun Pin, you saw many younger generation from the Gen Y and also like teenage and many of them in the political rallies as well. So what do you think about this?
I think it's great. It's more like soft power, if I say that correctly. It's more like a soft power when these people, younger generations, get together
Mm-hmm.
and they show their power. Like they
Mm-hmm.
say, they have something to say, and
Mm-hmm.
this is a good place for them to
Mm-hmm.
be out with us on the street and talking
Mm-hmm.
to through the media and talking to
Mm-hmm.
many politicals and get the message to the parliament house
Mm-hmm.
and it's their voice and need to be heard and they can't do anything else besides just being on the street like this show their um, fun and loving and
Mm-hmm.
caring to the community and to the generations to Thailand and to everyone really and people have to listen to them more.
Mm-hmm.
The older generations need to listen to them,
Mm-hmm.
and because I mean they are going to be the people that carry on the country and how we are going to be in the future. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's how the world is changing, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone have to accept it.
Mm. I see. I see. Good Kap. I have question for you. It seemed to be like it's more into the positivity than negativity from the comments so far that I
Yes.
have observed from what I try to figure it out. There are some questions like I don't want the Pride Parade to carry political message at all. It's too much politics there yesterday. What do you think about this?
I think that is politics is us, you know. Politics is all about us. We cannot say that the gender equality is not a politics. We cannot say that because
Mm,
gender is politics, you know. Gender
mm,
is mean, is mean unequal. So
mm,
we have to make the issue that gender equality,
mm,
because the
mm.
gender is not equal. So we put the equality behind
I
the
see.
gender to make that is equality. Um, about the marriage rights for everyone for LGBTQ
Mm,
is a politics. because we live in the patriarchy for a long time, and the patriarchy said that we are strange, we not allowed, we not allowed to marry someone we love, and they said we are make something evil. You will go to the hell. You're not right. Because it's a politics. The patriarchy try to control everyone following what they want. So if if we cannot deny it's a politics when
You
we
cannot
talk
deny it's
about this.
politics.
Yes, sex worker legalization is politics because it's relate about the religion, about the uh, traditional, about the conservative thing that a sex worker is not, is bad, is you will not go, you will not do that, is bad. The patriarchy say that, but we have to stand up and to, because we aware our rights, it's not equal, so it's a politics. We cannot, we have to say that. I have to say that. Yes.
Right, right.คุณปรินครับ for about in this aspect, parade and politics are getting together anyway, and in our life it's all related to politics. How about
Yeah.
parade in other province? In like Pattaya, we have the Pattaya festival, something I forgot the name.
Yes, Pattaya Festival or International Pattaya Festival Rainbow Parade. When we had it like 2-3 years ago, so we had it about 3 times already, and this year on 25th, yeah, it's gonna be the fourth time that we have Pattaya Pride. So Pattaya Pride, because of the tourists, many tourists were there, and also it's right on the beach, so people are going there just for holidays, and it's much more entertaining rather than just politics. But of course, the parade anywhere in the world, the cause of it, the people that come out and walking on the street, that's because of the politics, isn't it? Including the Stonewall incident back many years ago.
Right,
Anything that
1968.
we
Right.
yes, 1968. So because of the politics, because that
No. Sorry, 1969. Right. 1969. Right.
1969,
69.
so
Sorry. Let's be
yeah,
correct.
so many things that's were happening back then until now, because of the politics. That's why people need to come out, and we need to show ourselves, and we started marching or walking, and that's because of the politics. But without that, if you just want the entertaining, why don't we just walk, marching just in the soccer field? We could do that, but nobody could see us,
We
and
could
it
walk in
wouldn't
the
be
park.
anything.
They could walk in the park.
Yeah, and put the music, the loud music, but nobody could see us. What's the point?
I
We need
see.
to be walking in the street and able to see people and talking and get the medias to come, and also it's very important that we need to be out and speaking and talking more, so they will listen to us. And these people that they are still not happy to see drag queens, to see men
I
are
see.
holding hands and women are kissing on the street. Or will get used to it because it's changing.
I
You
can
need to
tell that
see these
you are
more.
in the gay rights mood now. So
Yeah,
let's
of
take a rest a
course.
little bit and then move to Kutan. One big change yesterday that many people mentioned in the old days, that government officials might like never attend such an event for in the public before, maybe just join to Soy 2 or Soy 4, going dance, making themselves present there so people can see them. But yesterday is the public out in the open, right? Like Kun Chat yesterday, that
Yes.
he supported since the beginning of when he got officially appointed. So let me hear your comments about political parties there. Some people said, why so many political parties there? Chad there is governor there, should supposed to be there, and he got so many events yesterday, and he covered this one as well. But from your perspective, what is the significance of having political or politicians joining the parade yesterday?
I cannot deny that LGBTQ is a big issue when
Mm,
from the last election, about
mm,
3 years ago, and I
mm,
walked into the parliament and I'm talk about the uh, marriage equalities,
mm,
and I'm talk about the LGBTQ. I'm talk about the women issue. I
mm,
think that is time up, to make change that LGBTQ needs human rights, basic human rights that we need.
mm,
We live in the unfair society, and we
mm,
talk about, and we give the voice out loud. So, as a politician, as a party, have to listen the
mm,
voice of the
mm,
people.
mm,
LGBT voice is a LGBT is a people voice. So, as a party, I think they have to listen.
mm,
But I cannot say that. But if you sincerity to the LGBTQ
mm,
community,
mm.
you have to vote for marriage equality on Wednesday. It's we have got power. We have a card. We put it in and we
Mhm,
put green.
mhm,
That's all. It
mhm,
happened. So if if the party is sincere to the LGBTQ,
mhm.
I ask them here, please vote.
I see.
Okay,
Mm,
okay. Many politicians, many parties come to enjoy,
mm,
come joy with the parade with the Naruemit Pride,
mm,
but it will mean less if
mm.
you not vote for marriage
Vote.
equality. Yes.
Right. Yesterday, got I from what I saw, there are like at least three major political parties, but one big party not showing up, like Palang Pracharat. You think that this is something that an indicator that actually the Palang Pracharat not really supporting LGBTQ rights, or because they just didn't show up, just mean they didn't show up? What do you think about this?
Actually, I can tell you right now because in the morning I come to the parliament and then I see some of the MP from Palang Pracharat, and then they
Mm,
ask me, um, yesterday, did you go? I said, oh yeah, I go. And then she said, oh, I'm support, but I didn't go.
ah,
And I'm not quite sure that why they don't go. But as a person, when I'm talking about the marriage equality,
mhm,
MP in Palang Pracharat, they do agree with me. But as we know, when they work as a party, as a
mhm,
political party, something that they
mhm,
they cannot make that decision.
mhm,
They have to follow the what party said.
mhm,
And the top of that, the government side think that marriage equality is a politics, like politics
mhm,
about the opposition and the government side. And
mhm, mhm,
but I keep telling them that it's about us, not just
mhm,
only about the opposition. It's not about the
mhm,
government side. I try to persuade them to vote. I think as a person, Palang Pracharat, some of MP do agree with me, but
mhm,
I think they cannot make their own
mhm.
decision because of party.
Of the
Yes.
party consensus, things like that. So another thing that we have to deal with this second part of the program. So we're going to talk more on the politics stuff. And in February, the same-sex marriage bill could not make it through the parliament, and they just vote that to put it back to the consideration of the cabinet, right? And back then in February is no big support like this. It's just like seeing is not seeing and believing should come together, seeing and believing. but for this, we have this event. I'm not sure that the organizer intended to hold this early June or not to support the reading of the same-sex marriage bills again on Wednesday. But because this is a big report in the international news as well, and also in local news, all the media supporting this, and you can see people, a lot of people on the street. I cannot tell how many thousands there, but this can be convincing to change the minds of the people behind the decision making on Wednesday.
I think that I think the cabinet knows that it's a human rights, and if they say no, they have to uh, think about the good explanation to say no, which is they have not. And I know something, but I really not can tell you 100% because it might
Mm,
not what happen 100% like I tell you.
mhm,
But I think that they try to find the reason uh,
mm,
to say no, but
mm,
they cannot. But in some other side, think that the government side will let the MP
mm,
free vote
mm,
to support this, and it might be the third
mm,
solution. Okay, make it together. Like
mm.
we make a committee and we come together and make it the bill, you know. But
Uh-huh.
I think that is three solution now. No, with good reason. It's never have a good reason. Two, let the MP free vote
Mhm,
and let's see what happens.
mhm,
Three, make it together.
mhm. I see. I see. From what I observed last time, it's just like we are facing COVID situation, and also we got other bills that quite carry significant issues as well. And the same-sex marriage seems like, oh, we can do it later or something like that. Despite the fact that it's about 10 years now we've been talking about getting same-sex marriage in Thailand. And what do you think is a major decision making last time? Because you said they are aware, but they're not really going to the support. And the last time they're not allowing the free vote for individuals. How about the idea about international communities? Because the government has to report about the situation of human rights in the country anyway, and it seems that they report nicely in the news report that, oh, we have the human rights this and that, but actually we don't have this same segment, which is a major change for the Thai equality rights. So what do you think that the international communities have no influence or, I mean, effect at all to the Thai government?
I heard some news from the Thai government report to the Geneva meeting, and
Right.
they talk about the civil partnership, but they missing marriage equality
Mhm.
100%.
The report
As
that we reach
yeah,
100% equality.
yeah, but as we know, the
Uh,
I can say that right at protect right department from in the justice ministry,
mhm,
they try so hardly to push civil partnership, which is not unequal at all.
mhm,
But I think the situation is changed. We cannot deny that civil partnership is on the processing between the no election.
mhm,
The people who work in the civil partnership, we don't know. We cannot check anything because
mhm,
no election, no people from the vote from the
mhm,
people come to work in the
mhm,
civil partnership. We
mhm,
don't know what is inside, but it's the
mhm,
coming out is unequal.
mhm,
So we can say that because no politician from the people and say to the people, they just do it by themselves and they just think that it's okay for the LGBT, but the people don't want it, you
mhm,
know. And the people LGBTQ people are so upset,
mhm,
because when the government report and talk about the Gender Equality Act and talk about the civil partnership, which
Mhm.
and did not talk about the marriage equality. I have to say to the cabinet, you from
Mhm.
election, you have to do for the people, not to do for not for anyone. You come
Uh-huh.
from you come from election, so you
Mhm.
have to do for a people. Yes,
Mhm.
that's all.
Right, right. Okay, let's take a break a little bit here to go to Kun Pin. Kun Pin, when you have a lot of foreign friends, and then
Yes.
many foreigners that come to Thailand, they seem to have the misconception that Thailand already have the same-sex marriage bill going on, and gay men can get married and have a license. So, how do you explain this to your friends that this is not
Mm.
what you believe? This is a real thing. How do you explain this?
First, because I grew up in Australia as a teenage,
Mm-hmm.
and listen to people that have been to Thailand, and when they came back to Australia, when I was living in Australia, and they said,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, wow, Bangkok has this, Bangkok has that, Thailand has." There's so many bars, gay bar, and people are so open.
One
Drag
thing,
queens
one
are
thing,
just.
Kun Pin, one thing. We have so many transgender
Yes,
in the
I'm just
public
about to
space.
say. Yes, we have transgenders or people dressed in drags and walking on the street, and
Mm,
many shows entertaining,
mm,
and also the girls are just grabbing their hands or even kissing on the street or in on the BTS, and it's okay. And people in Australia, back then you could get batch up, or you
uh-huh,
could get anything that nasty to them, right? Back then,
mhm,
about 20 years ago,
mhm,
you know.
mhm,
But for me, like listening to those people, because when I was there, I was like a
mhm,
like a little boy,
mhm,
15 years old. But when I grew up a little bit, like 20, turning
mhm,
20, when I came back to
mhm,
Thailand, when I came back for good and learned that um, the people that are talking about Thailand or Bangkok, especially,
mhm,
and I could see from my own with my own eyes. Oh, okay, this is what they said, and I learned
mhm,
that. Oh, okay, it's a more like an entertaining, but it's not really to the same-sex marriage. It has nothing to
mhm,
do with the same-sex marriage or with the equality. But of
mhm,
course, we people are okay or accept that the a man can dress in a woman dress and go to school. Back
mhm,
then, it was to see the teenage
mhm,
were were like that and were treated okay. Most of them, I got to say, not everyone, but most of them
mhm,
are okay. But you wouldn't get that in Australia.
mhm.
You get kicked out of the school. But
I
in
see.
Thailand, it
Mhm,
was okay. So
mhm,
they were on the in the college. So it was good. It was good to see that at least you can be openly gay. You have gay teacher,
mhm,
like you could or transgender
mhm,
teacher,
mhm,
right? But in Australia, I didn't see any.
mhm.
I didn't see any at
Right.
all.
Right. I can
Yeah.
tell one thing as well. In other countries, they got strong support groups like NGO, non-profit organization on the rise, and they band together. They work together quite closely. What do you think could be in Thailand? Like Bhutan is just like all alone over there. I know that you have a lot of allies and supporters as well, but in other countries they have many Krutans. They have many
Mhm.
like this to fighting and keep fighting and have hanging on the same issue for over the years and to fight that. But in Thailand, it seems that we don't have it, and the NGOs as well. I think they're working very hard, but I'm not sure that they're working to strategically correct to help support and working together with the politicians or not. What do you think about the campaign that we should work better than this, or we going too much into the issue of HIV or the other
Mm.
things that are really in the rise? That actually the rise is the fight for everyone, right? To equality, it brings everything will change and sweep away all the inequality and differences. But we don't see that picture here. What do you think about this one?
That's question to me, right?
Right, could be right. That NGO
Okay.
working enough, or they're not working in the right
Yes.
way, or
Uh, we can't really put that issue on the hands of the NGO only. It's the questions that everyone has to ask, and everyone is being asked, and need to do something about it. But of course, NGO, they are openly, they are support. But of course, I would love to see that the younger generations are more involved if they're not part of any NGOs, but they can be part of or the voting or use the social media, like to see pictures that were taken on the street yesterday and on the Facebook or IG, that was good enough. It's kind of like giving the message. Like this morning, I opened my phone, like my mobile phone, and go to Facebook, and I only saw the pictures of the yesterday, the
the pride.
Bangkok
Naruemit
Pride.
Pride.
So many of the oh you went there, oh that my friend went there, so many of them were there at the pride. So that's kind of like it's good enough, like we have to keep doing it. The more we doing it, it's kind of like I said, it's soft power until the people that absorb, oh okay, it's okay to see these kind of things. Like it's not like in the old days you see these kind of pictures and you get excited and then you get but right now it's okay, and people are changing the perceptions of oh okay, it's okay to see men kissing in Facebook, and mom and dad, oh okay, you got to see these more. And it's okay to see your son is kissing another guy. It's okay.
It's
And
okay.
yes.
I see the picture in the past many years ago. If you have this along the parade, people get naked or they're holding hands or even giving a kiss. It's going to be big news on Thai Rat Daily News, whatever thing, in the next
Yeah.
morning. But this time, this is nobody talking about that. They can get some couple kissing, right? We see the picture, we saw it.
Yes.
So I like to ask this Kuntan, the developments and the sentiment. You've been an MP quite some time. From the first day you joined that politics, and also you talk to so many people. I believe you can find bias, or sometimes people think that, oh, I do support LGBT rights, but at the end or under the cover, oh, I don't want my kids to be gay or kathoy or transgender. That happening all the time. Can you tell us the change or any developments in the Thai government that you involved with, or individually, or in the person that you talk to from the first day until now?
I think first, when I worked as a MP and I found out that I've got discrimination sometimes, when I work and then they ranking my work is not the important and urgent, sometimes.
Oh, I see. I see. You can be
Then
later. You're not in the
you
priority.
can and they treat someone better than me. I don't I don't I don't want to everyone to please me, but but as of for I'm working for people, so my work is not about my please. It's not about pleasing me, but it's about for the people, for the LGBT people. But and so I see the problem is more bigger, and I discrimination so many times. So I decide to talk it out loud.
Oh.
And to say someone that deny my work or something, I said you cannot do that because I'm working for the people. You have to work for that. You have to work, do it, send the paper and report. And sometimes I go to outside the Bangkok and have have a speech, and when the man and woman speak that okay, it's okay, but for LGBTQ MP, okay, but you have not much time. You have to speak early, something like that. You
Or they
have to
give you lesser time than other people?
yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
this is the way they treat. I see. So this little thing, maybe people think it's a little things, but actually it's impacting on you
yeah,
as well. By
yeah,
giving lesser time than other people to be on the stage. And I believe there gonna be other things as well too, like all the
yeah,
government officials, the administration, admin people, or this or and this and that, and you have to face the discrimination. But
yeah.
let me move to the big question on Wednesday. What do you think gonna happen? It's gonna be the same as in February. That it's just like out of the blue, they just reject it and say you go back to the cabinet. We've been through that process before, and Wednesday they're gonna repeat that.
Yeah. Um, I don't know yet, really. I promise you, yeah, I really don't know yet because, okay, I have to debate same thing again, or
Hmm.
you keep going, or I really don't know. But tomorrow I will know because the whip will meet together and they're gonna let me know that what will happen on the Wednesday. But it will come on the parliament real soon on the Wednesday for sure. But I have to speak again or just waiting for the conclusion. I really don't know yet. But I
Okay,
will prepare both way.
I see. So you have to repeat yourself. You got bored sometime?
You know, because I'm an MP, I'm not an actress, 5 4 3 2 action again. But
It's not in that street. You have
you
to you
know,
have to face the fear and also the
I
reality
said
that
I
people
had to
gonna
come up
object
and then
you.
I said to the Kun Chuan,ท่านประธานคะ it takes two.
I see. I know that how you feel that way.
Yes.
Kun Pin,
Like
maybe you
like
share
you
the same
know,
feeling as well.
like you
Mm.
start to swim and you jump on the pool and you start swimming so fast and then you in the middle of the pool and someone screamed that to you, okay, stop, it doesn't start yet.
You go back to the beginning again.
Yeah, but I have to
Swim
swim back
back.
first and we'll start again. So take twos.
Uh-huh. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I I I I think that there must be some change because of the sign of positive development, like the comments that we got today through my personal Facebook and also from the nation. And many people said we should have this more showing the power empowerment for the people because it's a voice of the people, and the government should not ignore this again. And for whatever gonna happen, I think I like Kun Pin and Krutan have some final words for our audience about the gay rights, equality, or anything that you think is important in your mind. Kun Pin first.
First, um, don't be disappointed about the outcome of the Wednesday. What's gonna happen? It's what's
Krutan
gonna
gonna swim
happen.
again.
So if it's not the time, it's not the time yet. But we will have to live on it. We will have to
Mhm.
keep coming back. We're not gonna disappear out of the community will get stronger. The more you pushing us, the more we gonna come back and get stronger. You believe me? Mm.
Mhm. Mm.
So
So we
if
can
we
wait for
not,
the next
mm,
10 years.
if we can't go it the hard way, we'll go it the soft way, which is the soft power. And there will be more and more people walking on the street next year. And also in Pattaya, there will be more people. And Phuket, Chiang Mai, everywhere people are marching. You watch, it's gonna happen. And
And
they
they're gonna
can't resist.
from
Mm.
what you say, I think that the message for those festival or parades in other major provinces will be changed. Maybe there may be less or more political message as well because
Or even
from
none, even none message. But the people will keep coming. We'll
I
put
see
more entertaining and
I
more
see.
live. And the people, we don't have to talk about the politics or anything, the message. But the people will keep coming and marching on the street. And
Mhm.
if you want to get the vote from us, from LGBT
Mhm.
and the supporters, then you
Mhm.
have to do something about it, right?
Right. You can tell your friends and your co-workers and your mothers maybe you just come
Yes.
out to tell them I'm one of them. Things like
Yes.
that. Okay, thank you คุณปิ๊นครูทันครับ your final saying and I believe that people are waiting to hear from you and also give you the best blessing in all of the Thai people as well on Wednesday.
Okay, I will say for the people. I say the people for the people to the Prime Minister and all the cabinet. People want to say to you, Prime Minister and all cabinet, that you will know marriage equality will happen someday.
Mhm.
Why not now?
Mm.
Right? You
Mm.
will know that it will happen. And I want to say to the people that please tag, post and tag your MP in your in your area,
Mhm.
and then say to them that we want marriage equality pass.
Mhm.
Please tell to them you can use any platform, Twitter, Facebook,
Mhm.
IG, post to your MP.
Mhm.
And as a MP, as we are MP, same,
Mhm.
we have to work and use the parliament for the people.
Mhm.
Make the people believe the parliament and the politics will make the world, make our society better.
Mm.
So we can make it because we have the power from the people, so we can make it happen. So
Mhm.
that's my final say
Okay,
to you.
that ครับ that ครูทันธัญวัฒน์กมลวงศ์วัฒน์ MP from พรรคก้าวไกล or Move Forward Party and another guest for us คุณอภิรักษ์อภิจิตชัยโชติ business consultant and also LGBT right advocate from Bangkok Rainbow Organization. Thanks for joining us today and all the audience, Ajahn So as well and Faber and other people who sent us comments. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate this session because we're going live and for supporting LGBT rights. And also watch the Voice of the Nation every Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. I'm วิทยาแสงอรุณ Good night สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ